Hey guys, this is my first video, and I'm gonna give you some tips about PowerPC Macs, and yeah. Well, just to prove to you, this is a PowerPC. Here you go. Processor 1.33 G8Z PowerPC G4 with 768 megabytes of RAM, running 10.5.8 Leopard. This is an iBook G4 I got off of eBay for $85, and it's working pretty well. Usually, Power Macs come with OS X Tiger, but I highly recommend you to upgrade to OS X Leopard, unless if you have less than 768 megabytes of RAM. 512 megabytes of RAM, I don't think it would cut it. So, if your computer only comes with 512 megabytes of RAM, well, I would recommend you to upgrade it with 268 megabytes or 512 or 1 gigabyte, which is even better. So, anyways, let's start with the applications. The most important application is pretty much your web browser. You start off with Safari, but it's freaking slow. It's really slow, and it's horrible. If I could delete it, I would delete it. But I found two browsers that seem not bad. I found Camino and I found WebKit. Both of them seem pretty good. Camino supports Flash and runs YouTube videos, for example, slightly faster, but web browsing, it's not as good as WebKit. WebKit is so good for web browsing. It feels great, honestly. And yeah, so I would highly recommend you getting WebKit. If you want to play some online games, go with Camino because it kind of supports Flash. But there's a hack that you can get Flash 11 on any of your web browser, and I got it for WebKit, and it can do YouTube videos at about 240p. 360, it'll be like 2 frames per second. So no. Now for the games. Well, you have a lot of options for vintage games here, and you don't really get the option for new games, unless if you're online. New games, a lot of people want to know if you can run Minecraft on PowerPC, but I've tried and I haven't found a solution, mainly because you can't exactly run Java 6 on a PowerPC because it's no longer supported. But I did find some old FPS games and emulators. Battlefield 1942 is my personal favorite. Call of Duty is pretty good, but it's kind of laggy on a iBook G4. If you have 1 gigabyte of RAM, I bet you it'd be not bad. Put the settings lower and it'll be faster. The emulators are quite good. You can emulate pretty much whatever you want, but anything like Xbox, GameCube, stuff like that, don't even consider it. The highest I went was N64. PS2 doesn't support Mac emulation, but N64 doesn't work that well because the software isn't that great. It either costs money or there's like sound glitches. But I only have NES here because I really like some of those old vintage Mario games, and yeah. Okay, but so now for like business, office, stuff like that. You can't get Microsoft Office 2011 because it only supports Intel. But what you can get is Microsoft Office 2008. It's pretty much just as good, honestly. There's nothing wrong with it. And it works really well. And if you want to edit videos and stuff like that, get iLife. Although iLife 08 is supported by PowerPC, it'll only run on really high-end G4s or G5s. And iBook G4, for example, it doesn't have that of a good processor. You need like 1.7 gigahertz processor. So yeah, wouldn't recommend you running 08 on it. But 06 runs perfectly fine. It supports iBook G4, and it only requires 256 megabytes of RAM. Although you it's recommended to have 512 megabytes of RAM. So I have 768, so it runs perfectly fine. iMovie, iPhoto, iDVD, you name it. For video playing, there's QuickTime. You start off with QuickTime actually, but I recommend you to download VLC because it supports DVD, supports MP4, all kinds of format. And okay, anyways, for those of you who like Windows, well, you have one option and it ain't that good. Your one option is Virtual PC 7, and it is going to emulate a PC, but basically it's going to equal to a Pentium 95 processor, which is absolutely horrible. I wouldn't recommend you to get it. Like, I got it here, but it doesn't. I don't really like it. Those of you who would really like YouTube videos, well, MacTubes is there. You can stream videos there. And, well, for a torrent, you can get an older version of uTorrent, and it's really good. ScreenFlow, it just... Actually, look, I'll just show you uTorrent here. It looks just like the modern Intel version. Yeah, look. Okay, now, well, that's pretty much about it. iTunes, it doesn't support iPhone 5, iPod 5, or that kind of modern stuff. But it does support iPhone 4S, iPod 4. Yeah, it's good enough for me because I have an iPod 4. You can get Skype on it, although it's a slightly older version. It works. For screen recorders like me who want to make a few videos, ScreenFlow is the absolute best. But it costs money, so, well, that's about it. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching.